Welcome back to part 2. So, see here I've got the hatchet broken down. There really wasn't a great deal of effort to that, if I'm being honest. So, the wedges, if you can call them that, the little tool ones you tend to find, these were not that. So, these have no ridge in them to kind of hold them into the wood. So, they just kind of pop clean out, to be honest. They just got a pair of mole grips on and they just kind of came out without a lot of fight. Just looked like scrap steel. But the handle I gave a wee bit of clean up, brought down the kind of measurement for the head to be set back in it. Just cleaned it up, took maybe half inch off top. Can't really remember, but I'll try and reuse this to the best of my ability. It does have damage in sort of one of the more crucial points that you might not think of it. The tail end is quite crucial when you're putting the handle back onto the head, just because this is where you could be hitting it with the mallet to kind of use inertia to kind of put it back on. So I'll try and reshape this so that it keeps as much strength as possible, but we'll see how that goes. With the head, I'm just going to do the same as what I did with the other one, but as you've seen in the first part of this video, someone did go to town and hammer the absolute shit out of the back of this, so you'll see obviously that is mushroom to fuck. What I'll probably do is try and use a hacksaw to cut this back rather than use a grinder, just so that way I'm not putting as much heat into it, try and not lose the temper and the edge. But nevertheless, it might not work, and it's maybe not bad enough that I can maybe get the hacksaw to grip, so it might just end up being the case that we use a grinder and the sander. But we'll see how that goes. So that's us back now. Back's now nice and trued up. You see there's no kind of hammer marks left in that at all. It is rounded, but most of them are. They're never truly flat. But yeah, I mean, we've got rid of that mushrooming. You can see the surface on this now is pretty good. Came in with the wire wheel in the grinder and kind of descaled it a wee bit, but the majority of this is just done on the sander, just kind of resurfacing it. So see along the back there, obviously there's a lot of hammer dings and everything here, so I kind of spent a bit of time flattening that back out, sort of dipping it in the water, making sure it didn't get too hot. But yeah, it looks pretty good, so we'll move on to the next stage, which will be actually using the sandpaper on it. So here we took the time to get the sanding really down as much as possible. I went over each surface twice, moving from 80 grit up to 2000. We did end up using the polisher, but I needed to put my phone in outside we're using it because it was a bit sketchy. The polishing wheels don't fit or don't work on the grinder that I've got, so I had to actually use a hand grinder for it, but it was sketchy to say the least. Finally got there in the end. End up cutting quite a lot of the recordings out, just as again it takes far longer than you ever expect them to. So just as a reminder for the part 1 of this video, this is the first one we did, which was the bigger of the two, from the two that I picked up on Marketplace. Both of them, thankfully, have managed to retain all original parts, bar the wedges, as they didn't come with any at all. So this is its counterpart. So it did manage to keep the handle, which is great. You can see it just managed to clip a wee bit back off the back end of that, and it's managed to hold on to it, so that's great. Actually looks a lot better now. You can see it's got its own split wedge in there. Used a bit of hardwood I had sitting around for that, same as the one I used in the big one. So with this one, it did turn out a little bit different than I had anticipated. So I've got a jar of homemade kind of stain with vinegar and other sorts of things, which usually leaves it one of two colours. So either a sort of darker grain than it originally started, or what the other half of this one weirdly turned out to be, black. But yeah, all in all, I think though they turned out pretty great. They've both were a real challenge, obviously, to get there in the end. But I think with having just picked them up and just seeing what I can do with them, I think they've turned out pretty great. At least in my opinion. I don't know if you will agree, but I will be selling these two as a first for me. Not holding on to every one I do now, apparently. So if you're interested in them, yeah, shoot us a message and these can be yours. Thanks very much for watching.